Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Unfucking Your CX. I am your host, Zack Hamilton, and quite frankly, I'm going to be in the hot seat today as well. It's been a while since I've done a solo session, and there's just been something that's really been making me cringe from a lot of the consulting work that I've been doing here lately, especially with new clients that I've been meeting. I take a look at their 2026 goals and it's all about vanity metrics. And so, what I really want to unfuck today is if your 2026 CX strategy starts with anything like raise NPS by X points or raise CSAT by X points or improve customer effort score, anything around a vanity metric, this episode is absolutely for you. And it's not going to be like this cute, helpful, let's fix it together kind of way. It's really going to be more of about, I'm tired of hearing you complain about CX not getting any buy-in. CX doesn't have a seat at the table. My executive team doesn't value customer experience. Because right now, if that is your specific goal, I'm just going to be honest, you're the problem. The way that you're managing CX is the problem. And I don't think you're alone. I think every year, thousands of CX teams walk into the new year with this goal. This is their lag measure. And if we want to talk about it kind of, in an OKR piece, that's the objective. And the key results would be, we're going to update our dashboards. We're going to launch a new listening post. We're going to, update our text analytics model, maybe add a few models. We might hire a new partner. We're going to tweak our survey design. We want to revamp closed loop through automation. We want to refresh the voice of the customer slide template that we're using. These are all outputs. And every CEO, every COO, every COO sees the exact same thing when they look at your OKRs. A department, a team, a leader obsessed with outputs, not outcomes, not performance, and surely not the business. And so as we're all in this 2026 kind of planning and it's rolling around, and what do we get? Well, I've seen so many increase NPS by 5 points, improve CSAT from, 68 to 74. I've seen improve our star rating from 4.2 to 0.4. We're going to launch these 3 new engagement surveys. We're going to stand up 3 new customer journeys. We're going to expand text analytics to 5 more data sources. We want to redesign our dashboards for the front line. So we're going to host a bunch of meaningless meetings to get their feedback. Well, congratulations. You've just built the please keep fucking ignoring us strategy. Because here's the absolute truth that no one wants to say out loud. If your strategy looks like a roadmap of experience management deliverables, you're not building a CX strategy. You're not. You're managing an experience management platform. You're the admin, the dashboard janitor, the survey custodian. You're the chief curator of insights that nobody is acting on. And the reason the business still sees CX as a cost center is because we keep building cost center strategies. 2026 is the year CEOs are sharpening a knife, not for budgets, not for headcount, but for the functions that don't produce measurable business outcomes. And again, CX is on the chopping block, just like it has been the last 5 years. Why? I shouldn't say 5 years, maybe last 10 years or more. Why? Not because CX isn't valuable. It's because CX leaders keep showing up like data librarians instead of internal influencers who move the company. If your 2026 strategy doesn't sound like a P&L leader wrote it, you're not leading CX. You're babysitting sentiment metrics. And the only thing that dies in that model is your credibility. Let's just be honest. It's your credibility that's on the line when you are shaping your 2026 planning. So let me give you 2 frameworks. The first one, let's just call it the 2026 CX strategy filter. If it doesn't tie to revenue, cost, or risk, it doesn't make your strategy. So here's 3 questions that become your strategy filter. Number 1, what business KPI will this improve? Non-experience management KPI like NPS or CSAT, a business KPI. Repeat purchase rate, time to repeat, contact rate, return rate, first time buyer lapse, store conversion, cost per resolution, customer churn, ARPU, lifetime value, ARR, net revenue retention. If you can't name the KPI that can be found directly on the P&L, it's noise. Question number 2, what friction is blocking that KPI? Not sentiment says X, Y, and Z, but what behavior is happening that hurts the business? So, for example, 32% of our first time buyers never return because they hit 4 or more digital friction points. That's a business problem, not a score problem. Question number 3 of the filter, what action closes the gap? If your answer is, we need to launch a new survey, analyze feedback, build a dashboard, you're quite frankly declaring you have no strategy, only instrumentation. Actions sound like, we're going to streamline the checkout flow. We need to reduce delayed shipments. We need to optimize the return process. We need to switch from static delivery dates to dynamic delivery dates on our website. We need to reduce handoffs and support. Improve agent knowledge. You see, all of those are distinct actions. Framework number 2, the strategic initiative alignment map. So the most important thing that you can do, and I did this when I was at Aaron's, take the company's top 5 strategic priorities. You must ensure that you anchor all of your CX work into those 5 buckets. This is EPS 101. This is how you stop being ignored. So step 1, all you have to do right now is list out the C-suite's 5 priorities for 2026. They're usually some mix of grow customer lifetime value, grow same-store sales revenue, increase net revenue retention, increase ARR, improve retention, reduce cost to serve, reduce customer acquisition costs, expand into new markets, strengthen operational efficiency to protect margin, something in there. If you don't know, ask. Listen up in town halls. What is your CEO talking the most about? Listen to your earnings calls. What's your CEO selling the market on? Those are your strategic initiatives. Step 2, map your top 3 to 5 CX frictions to those priorities. So for example, 18% of digital orders hit delayed shipping, which is causing a 27% drop in second purchase rate. That's tied to the strategic initiative, grow customer lifetime value. Step number 3, define your role in moving that initiative. Not the admin, not the analyst. You are the influencer who coordinates the pod. So for example, you're going to lead cross-functional pod for digital fulfillment friction. You're going to own customer insights for returns-driven margin erosion. Facilitate prioritization for the loyalty reactivation roadmap. Step number 4, build your 2026 roadmap around these pods. This turns CX from I'm collecting insights into I'm driving execution. Boom, you just built a real CX strategy. I'm going to let you catch up for a second before we go into these player tips because they are so important that you really understand these tips. The first one, stop presenting feedback. Start presenting math. Nobody gives a shit about what customers said. Executives care about what those words cost us. Turn every insight into a P&L line. Number 2, steal the prioritization playbook from SaaS AEs. You aren't a seller, but you must act like an internal influencer. Build champions, multi-thread across the different departments, tie friction to their KPIs, define ROI, anchor to their initiatives, create compelling events. You want your work prioritized. Then sell the problem better. Player tip number 3, only measure what you can act on. If you can't or won't act on it, don't measure it. Don't launch it. Don't dashboard it. Don't bring it to SLT. You're drowning in signals because you refuse to prioritize friction that matters. 2026 is the year that you kill the noise. CX doesn't need a new scorecard. It doesn't need a new dashboard. It doesn't need another survey refresh. It needs you to start performing.